Oh. Oh no, it might be scary. Settings. Art resolution, full text. That looks pretty good. Okay. Do they have a controller support here? Yeah. Oh, okay. That's a lot of blood. This story does not require interaction. You can set the experience phase with the text speed and auto delay settings. You can control playback with the autoplay, skip, and rewind controls. I understand. How graphic is this going to be? I'm not sure. But it's very, you know, like, because of the aesthetics, I don't think it's gonna be too bad. Maybe. They're going to love you, Daniel. Oh no, it's auto. You're going to be so good. Oh god, so very good. No, hold on. I just have to change you. Hold on. It's too fast. No, is this game like in Twitch ban list or something? Is that what you're asking? Let me see. Because I don't think this game is that bad. But you gotta check just to make sure. Twitch ban games. Let's see. How come that's not pulling up? Oh, you get triggered sometimes. Well, the game does say that it's pretty. Let me see. Let me go to the store page and see what it says. Am I dropping frames? No. Okay. For some reason, Google is not. Bing is not working. Why? What's going on? Only Bing search is not working. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's prohibited, but let me see how bad this is, because I think it would. Okay, so it says Cut to the Core is a dark and violent story that deals with mature themes. It contains elements that many may find disturbing or upsetting, including strong language, sexuality, drug abuse, animal abuse, child abuse, abortion, self-harm, gore, and body horror and suicide. Okay, so that's what it says on the store page. Okay, let me auto delay. Okay, so I'll increase the auto delay and see if that's better. We'll put the text speed to half. I just have to change you, okay? Oh shit, just a little bit. And now hold still. What? I like the presentation. It looks really good. You know, the texture of the pages. Chapter 1, Dreams. Daniel wakes from his dream. Jesus. Oh, he was just having a nightmare. He reaches for the glass of water on his bedside table and knocks it over. Shit, shit. He tries to avoid the glass as he steps off the bed, but he plants his foot on an upturned shard and falls. Shit, hold on. I think we need to reduce it further. Because it's like, it seems like it's so fast. Okay, there we go. Great. He stumbles down the hall, leaving a trail of blood behind him. Okay, that's too slow. Yeah, it looks perfectly like an old comic. He glances at the control chaos in his office. By reflex, his half-conscious brain itemizes the fine points of tomorrow's deal for the dozenth time. Okay, that's too fucking slow. It's the auto delay. I think what they need to do is, instead of having auto delay, just have click to proceed, but they don't have that option. If you get this all the way down, all it does is just, it's going to skip to the next text immediately. And then if you put it to the longest, I think it's only like 5 seconds or something. Let's see. 1, 2. 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds. That's crazy. Why can't we just... Yeah, that's a problem. Skip mode is probably... I don't know. It doesn't say. Let's read only. What does that mean? It's still auto proceeding. So I don't know what skip mode is. We'll just leave it to read only, see if anything changes. See, it's still auto proceeding. Now focus on the wound. Daniel has done what he can. The rest is up to Jack. Daniel hops to the bathtub and sits down on the edge. He pulls the shard out of his foot. The wound is shallow, but blood flows freely. He gets to work on the bandage. He looks like he's having fun doing it. Something catches his eye. Something across the hall in his workshop. He stops, transfixed. It's not really a workshop anymore. It's been usurped by Jack's more pressing business ventures. But the stacks of patent applications and financial documents aren't what has caught Daniel's eye. A long-forgotten block of clay sits on the workbench, still wrapped in plastic. His walking eyes have ignored it for months, even years, but in this dreamlike state, it seems to glow with potential. Yeah, I think it's a mistake not to allow people to just, press A to proceed for this game. I mean, for this visual novel. It's not really a game. There's no interaction. They say there's not going to be any type of player input or interaction in this visual novel, so there's no choices or whatever. It's basically just a digital comic book. I'll be right back. It's speaking to him, telling him how to shape it. Wow, that skips like... Oh no, oh, hold on. There's a thing here that says auto... Oh. And I just missed something. How do I go back? Oh. There's an option right here. Hold on. Why does it keep going? No. Hold on. How do you go back? Where's the rewind? Didn't they say there's a rewind log? Okay. Okay, right here. Telling him how to shape it. Okay, so we actually turned off, like they didn't even, why wouldn't they? That's pretty funny. I don't think it was there earlier. He tears the plastic apart and carves into the clay. Well, that was automatically proceeding. I don't know why. Blood pools on the floor around his damaged foot. No matter. And then whenever you go to the... Okay, Daniel knows he should attend to his wound. He knows he should be resting. The big day is tomorrow. The culmination of years of hard work. Okay, hold on. Controller. Okay, pause start. Continue A. Autoplay Y. Skip RB. Rewind LB. Okay. Okay. Show backlog X. Okay, cool. I guess we should have checked here, but I think that wasn't in the main menu. But that life seems distant and insubstantial next to the clay under his bloody fingers. You're going to be a good one, I can tell. You're going to be so good. What? The next day, Daniel drums the steering wheel in his parked car. A parking officer puts a second ticket on the windshield. He barely notices. His eyes are glued to the upscale lobby of a nearby office building. He reads and rereads the gold-embossed words, Scott and Barker, LLP. It's the name of the firm that's going to make him rich. Assuming Jack closes the deal, that is. He checks the time again. Jack's over schedule. Schmoozing, maybe? Okay, now we can actually make that go faster. Like, slightly faster. There you go. I still don't know what, Roboto... Oh, dance. Hey! Open... Dyslexic? Oh, default is Gibbons. Okay, alright. Font size, I think is pretty good. Yeah, default. I still don't know what skip mode is. So whatever. Any news? Jack's still up there. Yeah, all good? He's got this. Smiley face. Get him home by 7. You find a date for tonight's celebration? I did. You'll like her. She's an artist. Okay. Good enough for my gallery? Don't answer that, smiley face. See you soon. Later. Daniel returns his attention to the lobby and feels his first stab of worry. What's taking so long? Jack swings his briefcase as he struts through the halls of Scott and Barker. His positive energy is infectious. He steps into the elevator and leans against the railing. The doors close. Jack drops his briefcase. His hands are shaking. He tries taking a few deep breaths, but he can't seem to calm himself. He kicks the door, kicks it again, pounds on it until his fists leave dents in the stainless steel. He hears the ding and quickly pulls himself together. Oh no, he's crazy. The door's open. Daniel sees Jack exit the lobby and his eyes light up. Oh, he didn't get the deal. They fade again when he sees the look on Jack's face. After years working together, Daniel can tell when he's rattled. Jack throws the parking tickets away, then opens the driver's side door. Why are they parking somewhere where they would get tickets when someone is waiting in the car? Why can't... What's the thing? Why can't Daniel just like drive around the block or something, you know? I mean, if there's no parking, and then just come back to pick him up. Did they close? Get out, I'm driving. Daniel pores over a stack of documents from Jack's briefcase, reading under his breath. You were supposed to walk out of there with a check. What happened? Nothing. They're still buying our company. This is just a formality, making sure our ducks are in a row so they don't waste their time with unresolved lawsuits, yada yada. Our ducks are in a row, aren't they? Right, so nothing's really changed. We'll still be rich, just a little later than expected. A week, tops. Maybe two. I warned you not to treat this as a done deal. You also warned me not to start this company in the first place. You warned me about everything. If I listened, we'd be unemployed. I guess we'll see. What are you going to tell Sophie? The question seems to dent Jack's armor. He doesn't answer. He pulls into a drive-through restaurant. Why are we stopping? Chicken wings? Your operation's in 12 hours. You're supposed to be fasting. I need to rip something apart with my bare hands. It can either be you or chicken wings. Take your pick. Daniel knows not to press the issue. Jack does what he wants. They wait for the line to move. In the silence, they can feel the promised elation of selling their company draining from them like water from a punctured jug. Jack, what are you going to tell Sophie? Jack had already pushed the question from his mind. He grips the wheel and takes a deep breath. Sophie will see through his bluster. She'll cut straight to the truth. The one Jack is afraid to say out loud. The deal is dead. And with it, every hope and promise and reassurance Jack has made for the past 3 years. This wouldn't be the first time he disappointed her, or the first time she helped him pick up the pieces. But he feels in his gut that it would be the last. No, Jack wills himself not to go there. He'll work it out. He always does. Why spoil the evening? If she asks, the same thing you'll tell her. Everything's going to be fine. Later, at Jack and Daniel's apartment building, Jack walks up to his apartment door. Sifting through the mail, he spots an envelope with "Final Notice" printed on the front. He tucks it in his pocket. He rests his hand on the knob. An image flashes through his mind. Wow, I didn't see that. Hold on. Dear Sophie, call Daniel. Do not come in. I love you. What? Finally, he summons his strength and walks inside. Sophie boils pasta on the stove. She's alight with energy, dancing to the music, clearly looking forward to tonight's festivities. Jack comes up from behind her and kisses her neck aggressively. How did it go? Shut up! Jack starts taking Taking off her clothes and pushes her towards the bedroom. She laughs. Are we rich? Shut up. What happened? I told you to shut up. He kicks the bedroom door closed. The pasta boils over. Meanwhile, across town, someone watches Jack and Sophie climb into bed. They reluctantly pull their eager eyes from the telescope to answer. Package is ready. Want me to drop it at your place? The clinic. Back exit. 1 a.m. Awfully public. How about your place instead? Clinic. I'll disable the cameras. You're the boss, princess, but someday you gotta show me your setup. I'm destroying this phone. Have another ready when we meet. Ciao, princess. As the evening sun begins to set, Jack stares at the ceiling, lost in thought. The kitchen stereo continues to blast 80s hits. He hates this song. It's been a while since we pulled that off. How's the knee? I'll live. She massages his leg. It's a familiar routine. Thank God it's over. The past few years have been rough, Jack. Losing the savings, the gallery. She stops when she reaches the tattoo on his ankle. Sometimes I forget about this monstrosity. I'm gonna bribe Lacey to shave it off while you're under tomorrow. Live, laugh, love. Don't you dare, or I'll get another one on my chest. Daniel won that bet fair and square. Oh shit. Oh shit, sorry. Sophie throws some clothes on and runs out of the room. Jack hears a pan gets thrown into the sink. Oh shit, that's Ben and Stacy. Just a minute. What are you doing? Get up. Alright. Sophie closes the bedroom door. Through the walls, Jack hears her greeting guests. Minutes later. Ew, she didn't even like wash before before she greeted the guests. Wine's been poured, but plates are empty. Sophie scrambles to assemble a meal from the charred remains of dinner, while Jack entertains Ben and Stacy at the table. I just gotta say, I look at what you've accomplished, where you came from, and it gives me hope for my boat company. Thanks, I think. I'm just saying you've come a long way. Sophie, that smells amazing. Damn, I'm okay. Need a hand? Would you? I'm afraid this little project got away from me. Daniel follows Vanessa out of the elevator. He struggles with a lumpy package wrapped with butcher paper and twine. Living in the same building as your boss sounds like torture. We were roommates for years. Separate floors is an improvement. Trust me. I swear, you two are codependent. Maybe. Listen, that stuff I mentioned about the deal not happening, that's just between you and me, okay? Why did he tell her? And Jack, right? Right, but just don't mention it. You know she's going to. Vanessa rolls her eyes and rings the doorbell. That's Daniel. Jack, will you get that? Come in. Wouldn't have come nearly as far without this genius. Hey. Hi, welcome. Oh, is that a new piece? Here. She greedily accepts the package, torn between opening it now and attending to the ongoing emergency in the kitchen. This is Vanessa. Of course. Forgive me, Sophie. Forgive me, Sophie. Hi, I'm Vanessa. That Vanessa's face. Hello, I'm Lacey. Jesus, where'd you come from? Sorry, just slipping behind you. Everyone takes their seats as Sophie brings out a steaming platter of Italian food. Sorry, it's so late. Jack's fault. Always is. A puff of smoke attacks Sophie from the other end of the table. It belongs to Vanessa's long pink cigarette. Excuse me, put that out. Vanessa shrugs and grinds it into her dinner plate, then drops the butt into her wine. Yeah, why are you smoking in somebody's, I guess they've never met before. Like somebody you don't know. Sophie fumes but moves on. Yeah, she's gonna tell everybody. Jack piles about the deal. Jack piles food onto his plate. Lacey lightly touches his arm. Stop, no food. You'll aspirate and sue me for malpractice. Jack holds her gaze for a moment, then puts the serving fork back down. Alright. Wow, Lacey, you actually got him to do something. What's your secret? She's prettier than you. Jack winks at Lacey. After the meal, Daniel's package was splayed open. Oh, hold on, I didn't catch that whole thing. Like, what did she ask? Oh, Lacey is the one doing the operation. Okay, and she's asking Jack to stop. He shouldn't be eating. Okay. Alright. I thought she was trying to give her food and she said no. After the meal, Daniel's package is splayed open on the coffee table. Sophie sits back to take it in. She's impressed. It's not his best work, but it's compelling. Morbid. Like all of Daniel's sculptures, the work resembles a cracked geode. From most perspectives, it appears to be an unworked lump of clay, but from the right angle, an inner world of complex detail can be seen. Can we see it? It's no Barnaby, but it's good to see him working again. I hear you're an artist too. Yep. What's your medium? Besides digital? Menstrual blood lately? Ah. Not sure Daniel told you. I run gallery downtown. I'd like to see your work. I'm interested in anything unique. We're gallery, right? It's a little traditional. That's just it. We've been financially precarious these past few years, and that translates to playing it safe. But now that we're on solid ground again, I'm shaking things up a bit. Handpicking artists, doing proper promotion. I want art that gets a reaction. Look, Sophie, I believe in radical honesty. Sure, absolutely. Artists don't need parasites to hawk their work to rich assholes who hide it in their mansions. Not anymore. She doesn't like to be rich, apparently. Nobody you know hangs anything that matters on their wall. Nobody who matters hangs art at all. I see. Not trying to offend, just speaking truth. Of course, dear. You're not the first young artist to hit me with a hot take, Here's my card if you change your mind. She puts on the shades. Nobody does cards either. Vanessa gets up. Lacey, right? Your dress is falling apart. She heads to the dining room. Vanessa is right. The stitches on Lacey's shoulder are coming loose. Rat. Here, I'll fix it. Follow me. Sophie leads Lacey into the bedroom. She seems prickly. She seems like a bitch. But honestly, she's right. I may have missed my window. I've been out of the game too long. Finding artists is going to be tough. Will Daniel be doing another show? If I can coax him out of his shell. She plants Lacey in front of a floor-length mirror and pulls a sewing kit from a dresser drawer. Oh no, she's gonna prick her. Alright, hold still. Sophie pins and reattaches the loose cloth with the dexterous, assured hands of an artist. This is making me nostalgic. Before I met Jack, I used to sew my own clothes, but I haven't touched a needle in years. No time. Same, the clinic has been crazy. Didn't have time to shop for anything, so I tried to tailor this one. I should have known better. I have the worst luck with dead matter. Dead matter? Is your luck better with living matter? Oh yes, flesh speaks to me. Lacey has a faraway look in her eyes. It's like she's fallen into a trance. Despite the sounds of friends and safety, just a few feet away, Sophie feels a chill. Some deep instinct tells her to leave the room, but she swallows it and continues to sew. Speaks to you? That's why I'm such a good surgeon. It tells me just where to cut. Sophie realizes that Lacey is staring at her, at the clear evidence of her earlier tryst with Jack, which had totally slipped her mind. She blushes. Uh-huh. Does Jack's flesh speak to you too, then? Of course, I'm his doctor. Ouch! Oh! Oops! There we go, all done. Lacey's back to her normal self. She checks Sophie's work in the mirror and smiles. Thanks. Thank you. Where's the restroom? End of the hall. You're right. Sophie quickly pulls up the sheets and kicks her discarded clothes under the bed, feeling strangely violated. Well, you're the one who invited her into that room. Should have done it in the restroom, you know? Meanwhile, Ben's on his fifth glass of wine and in the middle of an aggressive sales pitch. Jack fiddles with a toothpick and shares an uncomfortable look with Daniel. It's practically a health benefit. I'm sure Daniel could find a way to write it off. Where the hell am I gonna keep a yacht? It's just a gullet, not an ocean liner. I keep mine at the marina. I don't know, I get really seasick. Oh, you get over that in no time. Maybe Daniel's interested. Yeah, 2.4 mil. That's a drop in the bucket now. Come on. The first thing Stacy and I did when we inherited was to go on a little spending spree. It's liberating. Being rich, it's like a muscle. You've got to learn to flex it. It's just that they're not actually rich here. Yeah, see? What do you mean? He was an idiot. Why did he tell her? You know she's gonna, tell everybody. We're rich, Jack? Sophie steps out of the bedroom, eyes glued on Jack as she approaches. What? We're rich now, right? As rich can be. So they signed today? Jack takes a moment to answer. What kind of question is that? Daniel? Everyone stops talking when they hear Sophie's voice, strained, desperate. Daniel doesn't answer. He's a deer caught in headlights. Jack urges him with a look. Everything's going to be fine. God damn it. Sophie storms back into the bedroom. Jack's guests stare in awkward silence. He's right, Sophie. It's just a formality. I guarantee. The bedroom door shakes the wall when it shuts. This story is not going to end well, is it? Ben and Stacy don their coats and Daniel hurts them out into the hallway. Everyone politely ignores the shouting they hear from inside the apartment. Another time, they leave. Vanessa stomps into the hall. God, let's find a club. What a bitch. How can you, after what you just did? You mean telling your friend Sophie what she had every right to know? She starts walking towards the elevator. She turns back when she realizes Daniel isn't following. Listen, I'm just gonna head down to my place. Call it a night. You trope. While he's considering this, another shout erupts from the bedroom. Let her find a different, yeah, take a bus then. Bye. I'll blow you in the car. Fuck that, not with that mouth. Daniel doesn't say anything. She twirls and leaves. Good for him. Your work would be less boring if you got out more. Daniel sulks back into the apartment to grab his phone. He realizes that Lacey is still there, sitting quietly on the couch, hands in her lap. She gets up and makes ready to leave while the shouting from the bedroom continues. Jack's not happy, is he? He could be. I don't know. Maybe if he jumped the rails for once, tried something different, he could be. Sorry, no, he's not happy. I get that feeling too. The anger has drained from Jack and Sophie's argument. Bitterness and disappointment remain. It's not the debt. It's not about money at all. Losing everything, it wouldn't be the worst thing. Christ, if we were poor again, maybe we'd have a real life. This isn't real? No, this is a fucking stage for Jack Weir's one-man show. And I'm a prop. Sophie opens a dresser drawer and pulls out a plastic bag containing a few dozen pills. She shakes them out into her hand. A few tumble to the floor and scatter. She swallows two while Jack watches. That better be aspirin. You don't have a monopoly on relapses. Sophie picks up a framed photo of the two of them on vacation. She turns away from Jack and gazes at it. Oh, that's a cute picture. We talked about kids and house yesterday. Were you ever going to tell me? Look, a patent firm, it's a tough business. Landscape's always changing. Christ. Sane had to bail me out twice. If Daniel had spent more time on clients... Don't blame him. I'm sorry. Anyway, when the deal started crumbling, I know, it's just what you do. I never lied, not really. She takes off her wedding ring and places it on the bedside table. She lies down, still facing away from him. I'm going to bed now. Sophie sleeps a dreamless, drug-induced sleep. Jack enters the room and sits next to her on the bed. He strokes her hair for a bit. She's very beautiful in this light. He starts to cry. He takes her wedding ring from the bedside table and kisses it. Breathes a little life into it. He places it on her ring finger. She stirs a bit but doesn't wake. Jack leaves her. Early next morning. I always wanted blue eyes. When I was younger, I begged my mother for some colored contacts. Lacey examines Jack's eyes through a handheld optical device. The mood is clinical. She pockets the device and shifts closer to him. So, how's the knee? Lacey puts her hand on Jack's thigh and leans in to kiss him. Jack turns his head to avoid her. So they are like having an affair. Okay. That's not why I'm here. I'm sorry. Oh, I thought, after last night. I'm married, as married can be. Oh, that's... She tried to kiss him? Lacey wheels her chair away and fills out some forms. I'm sorry, I should have seen someone else. Don't be silly, I'm the best there is. If it's any consolation, you will be seeing me naked in a few minutes. Actually, the anesthesist will. I will just be seeing your knee. Oh, she's a knee doctor. Okay. Surgeon. I'll try to make it pretty for you. She wheels back over to Jack, holding a tray with a prepared needle. She pulls up his sleeve. Thanks. Can I ask you a question? I don't know. Do you really think Sophie can make you happy? Yeah, I do. Lacey injects him with the needle. He winces. You're lying. Maybe a little. She finishes with a shot and wheels back to her desk. What was that for? You'll see. Sophie starts awake and clutches her head. She sits up in bed, squinting against the bright sun, and picks up her phone. Yes? Who? Yeah, Sophie Weir. She realizes that her wedding ring is back on her finger and holds her hand out to look at it, perplexed. Suddenly, I don't see the wedding finger. I mean, the wedding... the wedding ring on the on her finger. She goes pale and her voice drops to a whisper. What? What? Fire consumes Lacey's private practice. Lacey stands among a crowd in her suit-streaked scrubs, watching it burn. She's trying not to laugh, but she can't help it. Not long after, a dead body lies in the morgue, the sole victim of the tragedy at the clinic. It's a gruesome sight, an unrecognizable pulp burned by fire and crushed by falling debris. What was it? Wait, what? Oh? The tattoo on its left foot is the only clue to its identity. Is that really him, though? Dreams Achievement. Chapter 2, Rebirth. This is nice. It is. Come here. Come here. Get away from me. The artwork, it's actually pretty good. Jack's vision is hazy, but he sees familiar sights. Medical equipment, his hospital bed, a sink. But apart from the rhythmic pulse of equipment, it's oddly silent. Hello? Jack hears a lock open. Then the creaking of footsteps. Someone is ascending a staircase. A wooden staircase. Hey there, Jack. How are you feeling? What happened? Did the surgery go okay? Everything went fine. How are you feeling? She cut off his leg. Why can't I move? Does your head hurt or anything? The strangeness of Jack's surroundings begins to seep into his consciousness. This doesn't look like anything like Lacey's clinic. Before he can process that thought, a delicious smell hit him. Lacey has brought a tray of food. Oh fuck, is that dinner? Thank God, I haven't eaten in a million years. A million days. Of course, yes. She sets the tray down on some equipment and approaches Jack with an optical device. She inspects his eyes. Jack resists slightly. He's becoming more lucid. Lacey, is this like a room? Waiting recovery room? What the hell is this? Lacey continues examining Jack, checking his pulse, his stomach, his ears as they talk. No, Jack, you're in my house. My basement, actually, but this area is really sterile. You're fine. You were supposed to fix my knee. We'll talk about that later. Jack tugs at the leather straps binding his arms. What are these? Is this kidnapping? Are you kidnapping me? No, Jack, please relax. You're disoriented. That's normal. Let me out of these straps now. Hello? Anyone? Can anyone hear me? Stop it. Nobody can hear you. I'm not going to hurt you. Oh, this isn't going right. Jack begins pulling on the strap so hard his veins bulge. Let me out of this thing. Jack suddenly goes silent. He looks down at his legs. Or rather his leg. His left leg is gone, amputated at the knee. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh god. He flies into an incoherent rage. Lacey runs to a cabinet and takes out a needle and a vial. She fills the needle and dashes to Jack's IV. She injects it, hands trembling. Jack gives her a look of such hatred that she steps back involuntarily. Jack's words begin to slur as he loses consciousness. Lacey retreats from him as the drug takes effect, paled and rattled. You crazy bitch, where are you going? Get back here. Get back here, bitch. I put it here every night and pick it up before work every day, goddamn morning. Every goddamn morning. That means you. Please, I don't. That means you or that stupid kid of yours moved it. Where's my goddamn badge? Please stop. Lacey holds her ears shut as Margaret's crying becomes a shriek. Your stepfather said he keeps seeing you sneak out at night. What is it that you're doing? Lacey contemplates the counselor's question as she stares at the floor, lost in the carpet pattern. Some nights I can't sleep. I just go for walks. Alright, Maker. You have a good night. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. It's a warm summer night. Lacey lies curled up against a tree in her nightgown. Sounds of violence drift from her small home like rancid smoke. An ant scurries across the ground in front of her face. She crushes it with her thumb, slowly pressing the life out of it. Makes me feel good. Better. The bell rings, startling Lacey from her reverie. Alright, let's keep meeting twice a week until... Lacey stands up and leaves before he can finish. Jack awakens. Oh, I thought it was going to be like the whole chapter about her childhood. The first thing he sees is the food tray Lacey left behind. The sight drives all thought of danger and escape from his mind. His stomach gurgles. His eyes are vast with greed. He pulls against the leather restraints holding his arms. He can tell they were part of the bed's original design. Lacey must have added them. Underneath the stretcher, the leather strap tears and fractures. To Jack's great surprise, his arm suddenly snaps free. He stares at it for a moment, incredulous. He releases his other arm, then his chest. He's free. Right. He steps off the stretcher, forgetting a critical detail, his missing leg. Oh, shit. Jack crashes to the ground, knocking the food tray over his outstretched hand. He finds himself staring at the food. It's all over the floor under his nose. Well, he can still eat it. Fine. Jack sucks the mashed potatoes up right off the floor, then tears up the steak and stuffs it into his mouth. For a moment, he savors the wonderful feeling of eating. He pulls himself up, using an IV stand for balance. Then he looks around the room and tries to think. Okay, you can get out of this. Oh! Wait, why was that supposed to be like that? Yeah, okay. Pain. He winces and grabs his skull. The pain subsides, but he continues to rub his fingers through his scalp. He realizes a large patch of hair is missing. He feels a small crescent-shaped scar with stitches. What the hell? The wound is fresh. As he rubs his finger along its contours, he notices a large instrument on a nearby tray. It's a bone saw. He closes his eyes. Don't think about it. Just don't think about it. He leans on the IV stand and takes a ragged breath. Jack hears the door open and whirls around. Someone is descending the stairs. He looks around frantically for something to defend himself with. The bone saw. He picks it up and stands ready. Jack, I saw your vitals peek upstairs. Are you awake? Lacey reaches the bottom step and turns to see Jack standing next to his stretcher. Oh, you're up. Jack activates the bone saw. It whirs through life. Please don't be mad. Kill her! Jack tries to lunge for her, but he loses his balance and crashes to the floor again. He screams. Lacey screams too and bolts up the stairs. Jack uses the IV stand as a rudimentary crutch, dragging himself after her. He reaches the stairs just in time to see Lacey step through the basement door. It closes behind her. Hey! Jack throws his body against the basement door, expecting it to be locked. It flies open without resistance. He tumbles through, barely keeping his balance. You better kill her. No one is in the kitchen. Jack sees a cordless phone on the countertop and grabs it, tries to dial 911. Of course it's gonna be dead. There's no dial tone. Jack listens closely and hears breathing. Please listen. Jack slams the phone down in horror. Jesus, fuck. He scrambles out of the kitchen. The foyer, multiple exits, a staircase leading up, windows. Front door, dead ahead. Outside is a populated residential street, busy with people, cars, traffic. Salvation. He grabs the knob and turns. Unlocked. He pulls the door open. Jack just stands there in the open doorway, hands still on the knob. His scrubs sway a little in the breeze. A car drives past the house. He doesn't move. Drool drips from Jack's chin as he struggles to remember what he was doing. The whirring bone saw waves to and fro at the end of his limp arm. He stares outside and seems to remember. He grips on the doorknob. His grip on the doorknob tightens. He tries to step forward. Relax. He stops moving. He turns to see Lacey walking down the stairs, pointing something at him. It looks like a remote control. Relax, just relax. Jack sees the remote in her hand. He tries to flex his fingers, regain control. She descends the staircase with her arms outstretched cautiously. Kill her! I know this is odd, but I thought it might help you adjust. Jack lunges at her. Kill her. He catches her off guard and nearly slices her forehead open with the bone saw. Oh. He's an idiot. She shrieks and backs away up the stairs, barely dodging another swipe. Jack swipes again and grazes her calf. Stop, please. She scrambles up the steps on all fours, trying to put distance between them. Jack climbs with astonishing dexterity. He closes the gap and grabs her shirt. He raises the bone saw high, ready to plunge it into her neck. His face is a mask of rage. Lacey's frantic fingers push a slider on the remote. Jack gurgles and loses all motor control. His grip on Lacey loosens, and he falls backwards. Oh, he's gonna die. No. Lacey reaches to grab him, but misses him by inches. Jack's limp body tumbles down the staircase as his world fades to blackness. Jack jerks awake with a shout. He's back in the basement. Lacey stands next to him, adjusting an IV bag. She steps back, startled. Oh, he's naked now. He got some blood on him. You fucking... Let me out of these things, Lacey. Listen. Sophie and I, we don't make money. We can't make a big ransom. Shh, that doesn't matter. Listen, I want you to listen to me. You made a mistake. We make them. We all make them. Jack, you had an accident, remember? I'm not saying there won't be repercussions. I'm just saying maybe I don't have to press charges. I'm glad you're calm. I want you to stay calm for me, okay? I have some bad news. I know I got carried away there. Jack, your arms and legs were broken really bad after the fall. She amputated all of them? No, shut up and listen to me. I'm giving you a way out of this. He cuts off. He sees something behind Lacey, some kind of bin. You suffered an arterial laceration in one of your arms and a badly displaced open fracture in the other one. It was going to get infected for sure. He struggles to peer past Lacey and get a better look. Limbs. The bin is filled with limbs. As Lacey speaks, Jack remembers flashes of what happened. Ow! Oh shit! Your healthy leg was mangled and didn't have any pins or anything to set it with. And your arms, I thought I could repair them, but there was nerve damage. I had to change you, but a bit. But it's okay because you can now focus on us now. Jack begins hyperventilating as Lacey continues. I know how stressful the business has been, especially lately. Now that it's not even an option, you can just forget all about it. Put them back on. Please put them back on. It doesn't work that way. And Sophie, well, you can forget about... You leave her alone. There's no money. Don't you understand? This isn't about money. I can't ask for ransom if you're dead. She pulls out her phone and shows him a local news article. Sure enough, Jack Weir has died in a freak fire at Dr. Lacey Scalia's clinic. They all think it was an accident, even the insurance agencies. That's not to say I wasn't worried. I was on pins and needles waiting for a knock at the door, but it all just worked out. It's a fresh start, Jack. No one expects anything of you anymore. You're free. Jack vomits. Why did you do this? Let's talk over dinner. Lacey grabs a cloth and starts toweling the vomit off Jack's chest. She realizes that he's looking at something behind her. She turns and sees the bin containing Jack's arms and legs. I'm sorry, I meant to have these out of the way by the time you woke up. She runs to the bin and pulls the curtain so he can't see. Jack sees Lacey's silhouette cast against the curtain. She's pushing his arms and legs into a meat grinder. He screams. Oh! Under the meat grinder, where the flesh, bone, and blood falls in a wet pile, Jack's wedding ring clinks to the ground. It's cleaved in two. Oh, shit. A few days later, in Sophie's empty gallery, Sophie's wedding ring shines on her finger. She leans on the counter, lost in one of the gallery's paintings. It's a fine painting, perfectly fine, just like every other painting in the gallery, just like every piece she's sold for years. Daniel steps through the gallery entrance. He's carrying a paper tote bag. How'd it go? How come they made a mistake though? She's not wearing the ring. 2.3 million. Sophie closes her eyes and thanks Jack under her breath. That's one thing I never had to double check. Life insurance. It was all in order. I'm liquidating the company. Between that and the insurance, you should be... What about you? Me? Yeah, I mean, you're a partner. You should... Oh, no, he's an employee. Now that you're not on putting out Jack's fires. Now that you're not on call putting out Jack's fires. Oh, I'll be alright. Plenty of places need an accountant. You complain for years you never have time to sculpt. Now you do, so of course you jump right into a sea of paperwork. Daniel's put off by the sudden offensive. If you'd rather be alone... No, I'm sorry. The doctor gave me some Valium. I'm just... Is it helping? A little. What's in the bag? Oh, damn. What? It's just... He opens the tote bag and pulls out a bottle of wine. I thought we could have a glass for Jack, but I guess with the Valium you shouldn't. It was one pill. We did a lot worse in college. Sophie brings the bottle to the back room and opens it with a mounted corkscrew. She pours 2 glasses and hands one to Daniel. My memory is a little fuzzy on that. I want to do a show right away. Keep busy, you know, but I don't want to deal with new artists just yet. I want to work with a friend. Sophie takes a long drink. The last time we did this, you should invest in something. You're still young. I don't know what scares you more, not being successful or being. I just want what's best for you. So get to work. We'll reopen in 3 months. The show will be in memory of Jack, who couldn't finish anything, not even middle age. How much did she get? 2.3 million or something like that. She can just live the rest of her life with that money, you know. You don't. But I guess she's just so obsessed with this whole being an art dealer thing. You know, it's like you have to pay for the place unless she has already purchased the place. You know, if that's the case, then I can see why she should continue doing this. But if you have that kind of money, you should just stop working, because that pretty much takes care of you for the rest of your life. She holds her glass up dramatically to Jack. They take a drink in silence. Are they gonna fuck? Sophie sets the glass on the counter. It topples, but she doesn't notice. You're still young, she says it to no one in particular, tasting the words. This all feels like another one of his messes, like I could just clean it up and we'd walk through the door again. How can I miss someone who ruined my life so many times? I'm pathetic. Well, maybe I guess they did love each other, you know. It's just that, you know, in that situation, you know, they say money isn't everything, but when you're living poor, but she has an art gallery. I mean, like, I'm sure they're living a pretty decent life. So, I don't know. Daniel holds her. Her sobs echo in the empty gallery. I guess it wasn't successful. Her gallery shit isn't successful, you know, so he's not the only fuck up. Please stop. Where you put it, bitch? Lacey stomps into her kitchen, where Todd holds her mother against the wall. She pulls a knife off the counter. She stabs Todd in the leg without hesitating. Fuck you. Todd drops her mother and grunts, more in surprise than pain. Lacey, your language. Jesus, you stuck me. It's only in his leg, an inch or so. He pulls it out and chuckles. Lacey backs up against the wall, eyes wide. The reality of what she just did sinks in. He snatches her arm, pulls her close. Todd waves the bloody tip of the knife at her nose. Next time, don't bother unless you mean to kill me. Are we clear? He tosses the knife into the sink. Something clatters against his boot, his badge. He plucks it from the door and leaves. Later that night, Lacey stares at the glowing stars on the ceiling. The house is dead silent. Todd's car pulls into the drive. She hears the front door close a little too hard. He's drunk again. Todd drops his badge down on the counter. The cat attacks it, batting it around like a toy. It drops to the floor. Todd's so drunk that he doesn't notice. Lacey stares at her bedroom door like she's expecting a monster to step through it. And then one does. He speaks to her in a low whisper. 12 stitches. Think that's pretty funny, don't you? Please, shut your fucking mouth. He closes the door behind him. Jack sleeps on the stretcher with an IV attached to his neck. The basement door opens. Lacey enters carrying a briefcase. She sets down her briefcase and pulls the remote from her pocket. She presses a button on it and Jack stirs. My head. Good morning. Lacey changes Jack's IV bag. He's trembling with pain. Tears begin streaming down his face. Is the pain bad? No. Jack's face is drenched with sweat. Lacey glances at a monitor displaying Jack's brainwaves. Look, maybe that nonsense worked on other people, but I'm a doctor. If something hurts, I can make it stop. She injects something into his IV. It only takes a moment for Jack's breath to normalize. He takes a deep breath. The pain is gone. Don't worry about eating while I'm gone. The ivy has nutrients and everything in it you'll need. Lacey strokes his hair. Jack tries to avoid her. I'll be back around 3 when we can finally fuck. Stop it. Don't fucking touch me. Lacey, please, listen. I can't. Lacey? Lacey circles around behind the bed and pulls the remote back out. There's a large red knob in the center of the remote with a latch safety cover. She flips the cover up and slowly dials it up to 1. Jack's brain visibly reacts to the monitor. Lacey walks around Jack to face him. So I was thinking we could watch a movie sometime? I guess so, sure. It'll be strange seeing the clinic again. I used to hate my morning hours. A lot of my patients were seniors. The clinic? Jack furrows his brow. Something doesn't make sense here, but his confusion is swept away by a wave of fulfillment and comfort. Oh yeah? The ones that were internet savvy kept thinking they had diseases from places that never visited. I guess when you're old, you might forget where you've traveled. So I'll be back this afternoon? She leans in to kiss Jack. He doesn't pull away this time. We've been happy before. Give us time, okay? Okay. She leaves, closing the door behind her. Before she leaves the house, Lacey pulls the remote from her pocket and turns the knob down to 0. Jack's face twists in despair and he shudders. He begins crying again, but this time with no one to see. His sobs are uncontrolled. Chapter 3, Stimulus. I think I'm going to stop here. This is really interesting, and I like the presentation. Story is pretty crazy, though. I can tell that this is not going to end well. But anyway, I'm going to go to sleep early tonight, I think. So, bye.